Okay, guys, so we're going to be watching Irelia versus Akali for the feature matchup today. I think I played this matchup really well. I ended up solo killing her twice in like 5 minutes. So definitely a good watch if you want to get better at this matchup and you want to find more solo kills. If it seems like I'm rushing today, if you watch the main video for today, you'll know why, but let's get into it. So how I play this matchup is I like to first and foremost try and bait out some of her Qs. um, it's really important to try and space her and make sure you're not tanking too many Qs. Um, the other thing I like to do in this matchup is Q to a minion and then bait out her Q and Q behind her, and I'll show you how to do that in a moment. Even though I failed, the concept still applies. So here, we're doing a little bit of trading. I take some Qs. I don't mind losing the trades too much as long as I'm getting the push, because once I have the push and I'm getting level 2 first, then I can secure a cheater recall and I'll come back with an item advantage and I'll be in a really good position in these melee matchups. So here, this is where I'm trying to bait the Q, but I do the mistake of Q auto queuing. Here what I should do is I should Q, wait for a second for her to react to the Q with her own Q, and then Q behind her. So Q, boom, wait a minute, take a pause, and then Q to her, and that'll bait out the Q a lot of the time. Then here, she's chasing me down with the passive auto. What I wanted to do is I wanted to see if I could space two autos here for her one passive auto, and I was pretty close. But yeah, here I just shouldn't trade auto for auto with her passive auto. It does way more damage than my basic auto. But after this, she's out of energy, um, so I can now push the lane. If you don't know against Akali, basically her Q cooldown early doesn't matter. It's all dependent on her energy, and that's how you can track her Qs. Her Q, when she has enough energy for Q, is around here. So that's the way you can track her Qs, because she'll get her cooldown first before she gets enough energy to Q. So the cooldown doesn't really matter early. But yeah, here now I have control of the wave because I got level 2 first, and now I just want to stack this wave. Uh, in the Akali matchup, one of the most important concepts is her shroud. Her shroud can allow her to win trades really hard because it's really hard to auto her in her shroud. So and her shroud is a really long cooldown. It's about 25 seconds. 20 seconds is the base cooldown, but it only goes on cooldown after the 5 seconds of the shroud. So it's basically a 25-second cooldown. And yeah, so when her shroud is on cooldown, you're a lot stronger than her. Um, so here, I just crash the wave for my cheater recall, run back to lane. This is where I make a bit of a mistake. I should TP if she's not going to shove and make sure that I'm not dropping 3 minions for nothing. Whoops. And then here, I just want to try and thin the wave out a little bit so she's not able to crash this big wave. And now with the wave on my side, it's much easier to take these trades and, especially with the item advantage from the cheater recall, I can definitely be winning these trades. This was a bit of a rough trade, but because I have better sustain at this point, I don't mind it too much. I can heal back a lot of that damage. Now I'm prepping a minion here to look for a QE because again, remember here, she used her shroud. So this is a big moment for me to be able to, this is a big window for me to look for a kill here with the wave on my side and the shroud being on cooldown. So I thinned the minion. I know she's going to want to walk up to last hit her cannon here, so I move forward and I pick up the solo kill. Pretty easy. I shove the wave, take a base, TP back, get my vamp, again get the wave on my side. With the wave on my side, it's much harder for her to play the game. Now hit a basic QE here, R. Now this is a very important concept into Akali, but it applies to a lot of these champions. So, for example, Fizz, Kiana, Akali, they all have a very similar ability. For Fizz, it's his Q. For Akali, it's her R. For Kiana, it's her E. And they're basically these straight line dashes through a champion. Because what you'll see here is when champions have that straight line dash and you Q on them, what they'll try and do is they'll try and walk behind you and then Q, or in this case R, through you towards their tower. Now I know she's gonna want to walk behind me, so what I end up doing is I walk backwards here so that she can no longer R through me to get to her tower, and because of that, she's actually you can't see it because she's in her shroud, but she's walking like this behind me trying to get that R, and then when the shroud's about to go down, I Q back to this minion, get that Q on her, and then I flash auto W to secure the kill, and that's 2 kills. We'll keep going forward a little bit here because I do manage to get another, basically a solo kill, but it gets stolen. So here, again, I have the wave on my side. I go for the QE, take the trade. I really like this trade because we're trading HP for HP and we stay the similar amount of HP, I have a way more sustain at this point. So even if I take a lot of damage here, I'll just heal it all up and she won't, which means that I'm going to be really a lot stronger after this trade. Here, I land the double QE. As you can see, Swain is a bit of a rat bastard and takes the kill, but I still, I mean, that's basically a solo kill right there. Then Teemo comes in. I just want to crash the wave at this point, but Tom Kench is also here. But with my Swain, I know we can just 2v1 it, and we end up killing them both and crashing the wave. So yeah, that's a really quick rundown on how to beat the Akali matchup. Remember, keeping the wave on your side is super important. Punish that shroud cooldown. If she wants to R through you, can sometimes be a good trick to walk behind her, especially if she doesn't have her E available to get away. Yeah, if you have any questions, my Discord's linked down below, and or you could just leave a comment. Thanks for watching.